game that we're going to show you live on RTE2 next Monday, the final day in that group. It's at 5 p.m. and as you can see, North Macedonia and Netherlands, if you prefer and you'd like to watch that game, it's on the RTE News channel and on the RTE player as well. But Richie, the Dutch tonight, I suppose they win 2-0. They could have won by an awful lot more. They should have won by an awful lot more.
They could have done, yeah. A lot of first half opportunities that we spoke about at half time. I think they dropped off in standard a little bit in the second half. They were a little bit sloppier, but the quality of opposition tonight meant that they could get away with it. I don't think they will get away with it in the latter stages. But a relatively comfortable win. I don't think the Dutch media will be getting too carried away. I think they will know that the Ukrainian side and the Austrian side tonight that the Dutch beat are not a good measure of what you're going to have to beat in the knockout stages. But at this point, on paper, it's as good as it could be for the Dutch. They've got 6 points. They used 5 subs in the first game, 5 subs tonight, so they've spread the workload.
Happy squad.
They now have a third game, which is a free hit. They've already won the group, so they can make as many changes as they like, rest whoever they need. On the back of, we keep saying, a fixture list that's been really congested and difficult for the players all season. Questioning whether fatigue would cost certain players or certain teams throughout the tournament. This is an ideal scenario that every team would want. So, on paper, great stuff so far from the Dutch.
Liam, where, having watched them tonight, where are you putting them in terms of, you know, the 5 or 6, the real favourites for this thing? Are you putting them maybe in that bracket or the bracket just underneath?
Just underneath.
Okay.
I wasn't that impressed, Dara. I thought they were sloppy, casual. Compared to watching the Italians last night, who were so efficient and so concentrated, I just thought the Dutch were sloppy all the game. You know, they should have had that game wrapped up. I thought they were wasteful in the first half in front of goal, and in many ways it carried on in the second half as well.
Okay, let's have a look at the second goal. Dumfries, Richie, has been involved in some way or another in every goal the Dutch have scored in this competition.
He's been a big player for them. We spoke about all the good things he brings to the team before the game. Malin, here's a sub. He's a very different player to Weghorst. He's so quick and so generous. And so, thinking of the team in that position, not many strikers might have thought of what he was doing there, but he did it. Hinteregger is the defender who keeps him on side. The goalkeeper loses his header. I don't know what he does. He races over to the assistant referee to complain and gets himself booked. I'm not sure what the complaint is, whether he thinks Dumfries is offside or Malin was originally. Why you would complain now in an age where there's VAR, I don't know, but that sealed the result. We wondered at half-time whether the misses in the first half would cost them. Not at all.
Yeah, okay. He certainly has been eye-catching, hasn't he, Liam Dumfries?
Very good. I thought tonight he was exceptional again, and the ground he made up just shows you how powerful and fast he is. I thought De Jong played well too, Dara. I liked him in the middle of the park with Wijnaldum. That's a strong pair in that central midfield position. But I thought De Jong was probably the Netherlands' best player. And you've put a package
tonight together.
Yeah, he's kind of got another gear, you know. Watching him burst through here, he uses the ball very well. He's a good passer, and he wasn't sloppy. He was one of the few, I think, that was concentrating all the game, and he did his work for his team, both going forward and defensively. Here he is, getting back. He doesn't lose his man here. He chases back. Just shows you how strong and powerful he is. He reminds me of Koeman, who's his manager at Barcelona. It reminds me of how he used to play. Good vision, sees the whole pitch. He looked left and decided to go right. Very, very impressed with this young man. Yeah, you can see why Barcelona paid a lot of money for him to get him away from Ajax. Again, shows his change of pace there. And all his passes got to where he wanted them to go, unlike a lot of his teammates.
Yeah, he said himself, like he's at Barcelona since 2019, it was 75 million. He said himself he felt he was very ordinary in his first season in Barcelona. He looked anything but ordinary here now, and I know he's a couple of years older.
Every player needs a few months to settle, and it's not easy, especially when you're going at that level of fee, that the pressure's really on to hit the ground running. And the kid is honest, you know. He said, I didn't play well my first year. I'm going to go on do much better in the future.
Yeah, very good. Austria created opportunities. Well, they weren't like they had one shot on target. I suppose as the game went 2-0 down, they had to have a crack at it. But they really, Arnautovic was missed.
Created in inverted commas.
Indeed.
Yeah, they didn't really do a hell of a lot here. This is a kind of fortunate ricochet off a defender, just goes wide of the post. We questioned at half-time what role Alaba would be given in the second half, given what he can do and how important you assume he is in this team. This is, when we've seen him in Dublin, what he can do, shoot from distance. That goes wide there. They made a couple of changes, several changes in the second half. Onasowu comes on. This is a really, really good ball. Really brilliantly timed run on the back of the defender. Everything about it is perfect except the finish. Comfortable save. But you question again how much they miss someone like Arnautovic. Yeah. And it's so costly that his, however you describe what he did, unprofessional, stupid, hateful, like ridiculous carry on. Completely unnecessary, avoidable. Like he just... The cost to his teammates of his ludicrous carry-on in the last game, I think, made a big difference there tonight.
The game, Ukraine and Austria now on Monday, which we're going to show live, like, how much do you see between the two of those teams? Like, this is a kind of shootout between the two of them to finish second.
Well, I suppose you've put Arnautovic back in that side, they offer more of a threat going forward, but the winner of that game finishes second in the group. And the prize waiting for the team who finished second in this group is the last 16 tie against the winner of Group A, which at the moment looks like it's going to be Italy. So they have a very difficult route, irrespective of what happens in the next game. But I put Ukraine as a slight favourite for that one.
OK. The Dutch, you know, this was a common theme, Liam, for both yourself and Richie all the way through the game, with the sloppiness. And,
it really annoyed me, Dara. It really annoyed me because they could have won this game 4 or 5-0, but... they were so wasteful, you know. This goes into... that was one of the best players, Ronaldo, just giving it away, you know. You watch this now. This is Memphis. Bye. That's a poor pass. Never getting there. Bad finish as well from Weghorst. Again, this goes to Van Aanholt. What's this for a sloppy pass? Doesn't get there, does it? You know, and time again they were doing that. This was Daley Blind. This is a hospital ball for Frankie de Jong, you know. Hospital ball, I mean, he played in a place where the lad had to go for it, where he should have given it straight to his feet. And, you know, that's Memphis again being... I just thought they were sloppy, and compared to what I watched last night, I think it's going to cost them as they go forward in the competition.
It's unlike them, though, that kind of... Well, you know, of Dutch teams, they keep the ball. They're normally very precise. OK, we love the attacking, the flair football. This one has problems at the back, but that kind of stuff...
But I don't think anyone is comparing this Dutch team to previous ones. Certainly not the better ones. I mean, it's been a long time since they've been at their finals. And like I said earlier, while 6 points, use lots of the squad, they can have a day off in the final game, they'll still win the group, but they've benefited from the fact that in a 24-team tournament from one continent, you're going to have a lot of teams in it that are ordinary. Like some of us, like Liam mentioned, Italy, a lot of teams will catch your eye because of their brilliance, but a lot of them won't impress you at all, and I think this group has 2 or 3 teams who fit that category.
I know it's probably it is unfair to do this, Liam, but you know, at the end of the day, you look at that Dutch team and you think of the difference that Van Dijk would make to it. You know, OK, they haven't had him since last October, but like the solidity, his presence, the leader, the captain, the cajoling, all the things that he does.
Absolutely. We saw Liverpool struggle on the back of missing him, you know, and he would be easily the best player there in that Dutch team. Also a threat at set pieces. A big blow not to have him at this championship.
Yeah, for sure. OK, well, they're well used to the idea at this stage. As I say, he's been gone since October.